Hello everyone, welcome to Toyeen Talks. Group chat ní eléyìí látọ̀dọ̀ Daddy Freeze, Iyabo Ojo and two other person. Wọ́n wá try láti analyze nǹkan tó ń lọ. Daddy Freeze try láti bèèrè lọ́wọ́ Iyabo Ojo. We know Iyabo Ojo pé wà in charge of all this Muhbad's case. So ó ń try láti sọ nǹkan information tó ní fún látọ̀dọ̀ bàbá ìyàwó Muhbad and the mama wọn. Anyway, ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ enjoy this group conversation from Daddy Freeze. Thank you for watching. Till I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you all. Bye.
So they did the first one, which is the how do you pronounce that now?
Preliminary
reports. Whatever. So the the other one, which is the toxicology results, they don't do it in Nigeria, and then that has to take like few weeks for it to be ready. It takes between 4 to 6 weeks. So the police people said they even asked for the first result, but the hospital refused to give it, saying that they have to wait for the second result to come so that they can submit everything, that they have on ground. And that is what they are also waiting on. That was why they transferred the case. The CP transferred the case to the DPP so that they can also look into the case while they wait for the final autopsy result, And so I think also probably reason why his body has also not been given back is because they want the result to come. The family might decide tomorrow to say they want to do another private autopsy or whatever it is. So I think they're just waiting to do things the right way and not having to rush.
Now I want to ask you your opinion, because we've been discussing opinions here. We are trying to looking at the situation. Shena Naira Mali, Shena the papa, Shena the pikin, Shena the mama, Shena. You understand? We're trying to be very honest. The police, in as much as I appreciate what they've been doing, they're not really carrying us along. And this is such an emotional case. What are your thoughts from your understanding of the case? What do you think led to his demise?
Okay, so I think because, the way we cried out for justice, they really have to be careful because, everyone is involved. Everyone is part of this. And this case cannot be swept under the carpet. And I think that they're just trying to do the right thing, which is first waiting for the result to come out. That's my own, because I speak with them all the time. They're waiting for the results to come out so that they can, I think when it comes out, obviously there's an corona inquest going on this case already, and while that is going on, they are waiting for the result. So there's really nothing they can do for now until that result comes out. The first thing that they did after they learned about the first autopsy was the people directly involved with him when he done. There were reason why was a nurse called for him to get an injection or treatment, right? It's because he had an injury which was caused by, they said, a friend that they had an issue with. The friend has been called upon and he's with them right now in custody. So the nurse also who gave him that injection is also with them right now. The videos that were trending about Sam Larry and all that is the reason why Sam Larry is also being seen as a suspect. Naira Marley, because his name was called several times, and they already had written a petition stating that Sam Larry was of Naira Marley. So these are all the allegations that they have right now that they are working with until the autopsy result comes out fully. they really cannot, how will I put it? We really can't pin anything on anybody now. Everything is just allegations. The only person right now that I think they are holding as maybe the number one right now is the nurse that gave him an injection. Do you understand? Because that was what led to him foaming and whatever it is that happened to him. So until we get a clearer picture of exactly what caused his death, was it an infection? Was it an overdose? Was it a heart failure? I mean, what really happened? So until we get that, we really cannot say for sure who actually was the cause or reason why he's late today. So my own take is just like everybody has different ideas on how they painting the pictures, and I don't blame Nigerians if they don't believe in the police because of, I mean, it's Nigeria. All these things happen. You understand? When the police gets bribed and all that. So I know all these issues happen in Nigeria, and because of, I mean, a lot of cases that we have seen, Nigerians tend to want to not believe in the police and in their system. But at the same time, we can't take laws into our hands. We need to wait and, look into this matter very well, because what exactly is the problem? I asked his family, that were with him, which was his wife and other friends, was he taking anything? They said no. Did he take anything on that day? Alcohol, whatever it is? They said no. But we cannot base our judgment based on what they have said. We can only base our judgment on when the autopsy result is being released to know if actually whatever it is that must have happened to him. So anything we say now is just speculation until we actually get the results and we know exactly what the result has said is wrong with him.
Now,
that's my own way of looking at it.
Now, there seems to be so much emanating from the camp of the dad versus the camp of the wife. I don't know if you saw into that particular narrative. It seems like the dad and the wife are not really getting along. Were you able to speak to the wife one-on-one? Were you able to speak to the dad one-on-one?
That is phrase. I really don't want to talk about their family issue. I wouldn't lie, because my own concentration is just based on Muhbad getting justice, and whoever it is that has done it, whether it's the wife or the father or the friend or whoever it is, should just, be punished for whatever it is they have done wrong. And that is just my own take. So, but to be honest, spoken to the wife. I have spoken to Muhbad's mom, and Muhbad's dad also called me up and told me some things. And from what Muhbad's dad said, I know there's an issue going on between the dad and the wife's family. Do you understand? There's an issue going on, because they called me and said he wanted me to first say thank you to everyone, for everyone who has supported. He heard about the fact that we went to get to check out a place where Muhbad can lay to rest, and he's really happy that we went to do that. His son told him, because I actually called before going. I called the mom, the dad, and I also called all of them. He gave permission. So he was calling me back to return, to say thank you. I saw that you guys went and everything. But his own concern now and his pain now is that he would like me to ask Muhbad's wife's mother some questions. And I was like, what are the questions? And he laid the questions on the table, which are personal family questions, and most of it is based on property and money, So, and one of it was like, he said to me, I bought my own property with my name. So why would Muhbad buy a property on his son's name?
Oh,
Don't
so
I think
the
that
property
that
is
is
in
shady?
Muhbad's son's name,
Yeah, he said, yeah, there's a property
not in
that's
his
Muhbad
wife's
bought.
name.
No, the son.
But what we are hearing, Iyabo, thank you for bringing clarity. What we are hearing, we now second-hand gist we dey buy now, but bend down select gist langbo. They say Muhbad wife,
Yeah.
mama, naim they hold the document of Muhbad property. That's what we heard from the streets. So if Muhbad bought the property in his son's name, I swear to God, I don't see a problem. I'm sorry, I don't see a problem.
I don't see a problem too, because my properties mostly I put Festus and Priscilla, so but everybody is different. You understand? Everybody is different. So I can't fault Muhbad for buying a property in his son's name,
100.
and yeah, when I heard that, when he said that, I didn't argue with him, because they are all grieving. So me, I don't argue. When he just told me anything, I said okay. And it took me a while to even call um Muhbad's wife. I just, like, for 2-3 days I was pondering on the question, because there were a lot of heavy questions, allegations that he laid. I can see that he already has said it is already on social media. As at then, it was not on social media. He told me, but I was like, how am I even going to put this on down? Because I was very careful. I didn't want to get in between. Do you understand? In between the family issues that they had, But eventually, I called her up and I said, I need to speak to your mom. And then mom was there, and she was there, the sister was there, and I just said, this is what your father-in-law is saying, and I told her, this is what this person is saying. No, the sister was there with Muhbad's wife when I called Muhbad's wife. So I just said, this is what is saying, and I think you guys should call a family meeting. I don't think, because for me, it's all about justice for Muhbad. All these property fights that wants to go on, it's not even, as at then, it's not even a month when this. Do you understand? So I just felt like irritated by all these property issues that they want to start having now. So I think it's their family issue, and they should find a way to sit down and sort this thing out, And Muhbad's wife was, she was crying. She was saying, she's going through a lot. She's stressed. She'll tell her mom, she doesn't know why he's having issues with her. And I was like, have you guys been having issues before? She now said no, that they were very close before, even there was a time, I think maybe when she was pregnant or when she was looking for pregnancy, I can't remember which of the two, that he even took her to the mountain to pray. They are close, but it was after she had a child that they now started having issues. You understand? Something about, I don't want to mention it. I think it's for her to explain when she comes and talk. So, she said a whole lot of things that was going on between them. So I just gave my own advice that if these things are going on like this, I think what you should do is probably tell your mom, maybe you guys can get the elders, have a family meeting, and let them lay everything on the table. But I had to reconfirm, is it true Muhbad bought a property in his son's name? And she said yes, that he bought a property in his son's name. I said, okay. The house, apart from that property, is there any other property again that is causing issues? She said no. That the other property is the one that's where they buried Muhbad initially. Yes, and that's with the dad. And I asked if the house they were staying is owned by Muhbad. She said no, that is rented. I think she said they moved in there April, this year. So, and I was like, okay, so is that the only property that is causing issues? She said it. I said, okay. So what about the money allegations that he said when he's sleeping that she transfers money from his account to the mom's account? And she was like, I think the sister picked it up. The sister picked up the phone and collected the phone and said, you know what, whenever he's ready, they can go to the bank, print out bank statements. At least if money was transferred from Muhbad's account to the mom, to Muhbad's wife's mom's account, right? At least the bank evidence will show all that. So I said, okay, these are things that they need to sit down and sort out between them, because as far as I'm concerned, it's a family problem. It's not going to help in the case right now, because those are personal issues and those are just family property wahala issues that is going on and on. So that's it.
Iyabo Ojo, I must really praise you tonight. You have brought so much clarity to this matter. The public, as usual, are overreacting. Even we don't blame the papa for one side. We don't blame the wife for one side. We don't, because you see, when I tell police, when I tell law, forget this law people have been practicing that you inherited from British people. When you practice law like 1920, you will be getting 1920 problems. You cannot have a case of this magnitude and the media is not properly briefed. Today they go say na Naira Marley Payam. Tomorrow they go say na Samilare Payam. Next tomorrow they go say na in wife. Next tomorrow they go say na the papa. Next tomorrow, as in I don't even know what to believe. And in fairness, I've complained about the justice system that needs an overhaul. The police system that needs a proper overhaul. People need to know what's going on. We're all sitting in our houses and assuming. And listen, me, at least I assume with sense. The average Nigerian on the street is not using his sense to assume.
One me I know is that they requested for evidence.
Understand what I'm saying?
They requested for evidence, and all the evidence that was sent to me as at that time, because there was the time I put out one of my office numbers. Even the voice, there was a voice recording the wife did when Muhbad was saying, if I die responsible, that voice note was sent to the police. A lot of evidence that was sent to them, and they acknowledged it, that they received it, So, but the way Nigeria is, they would that's what we can't force them, because they are saying they are holding on. We are the ones that said we wanted a proper investigation done. So we have to wait for the autopsy. Do you understand? So there's nothing we can force them to do right now until that autopsy comes out, and they have one, they are waiting for the second one, So there's nothing we can really do or say. But yes, their family issues is them for them to sort out, like the issue of the what's that thing you do when you're born and they say the pikin is not your own? DNA. DNA. So like the DNA issue now, it's left for the father to say, I want a DNA. If he wants a DNA and he tells the police, they would now bring it up, and then they will get one of the, the way they do it now, the Lagos State government of hospital, general hospital, they will go and run the DNA test today. So at least now that Muhbad is still not buried yet, he's still there, probably they can get something from him to run the DNA test. So if he really wants it, he should push for it, So that's left. But all these things are things that it has to be between the family. We, the outsiders, cannot get involved in that one.
Online in-laws, we have to be careful.
She can't do the DNA herself, because if she does it, people can, they can say it's fake. And the dad can also not do it, because if he does it, they will say like it's being manipulated. So it's still the government.
To do it.
Yes, but they have to give them permission. They have to ask that they want it done. So the father has to ask that he wants it done, and then they will do it, because they are the ones that want it. So that's just basically what's going on now.
Okay. Very big shout out to you, Queen Mother Iyabo Ojo. Thank you for bringing so much clarity to this very peculiar matter. that is perplexing and affecting all of us. Thank you for that. I love the way the police is handling it. The only place where I fault the police is in the fact that they are not carrying the people along in the little details just to give rest. That belief of we will do it, and when we are ready, we'll come and tell them. The people are agitating, the people are unhappy, the people are making assumptions, and God forbid, if these people had caught Naira Marley 1 month ago, waiting there for Duam, no be waiting with the talk now. You understand? Because they've made they've made up their mind, saying that this person. But as the case is evolving, let us now have clarity, because from the latest inquest, it is now looking less like Naira Marley and more like a poorly handled family issue that had lapses inside. That's my opinion. I may be wrong. You may have a different perspective.
I feel when everyone came out to talk about it, it wasn't about the family issue, but it was about all the videos that were being released out there, and emotions were rising about everything that was going on, because like, I'm still seriously mad at Sam Larry. Do you understand? For what he did.
Me too. We are all very unhappy with him, and he has to
do
make
you
good.
understand? So that was it. And what now? What Naira Marley, when I mentioned Naira Marley then, was because he also did a write-up then that says, oh, he's my blood, my brother, I love him, blah, 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 blah. So my own take is, if it's your blood, your brother, you love him and everything, then why is your best friend beating him up? Do you understand? Chasing him up and down. And, we see this boy to the extent that he had to go and, file a petition. Do you understand? I mean, I heard from his close friends and even his wife that they even tried to arrest Sam Larry like twice. Do you understand? So, I mean, why was he going through all these issues with Sam Larry and you could not put a stop to it? I mean, what did you do about it? And also there's allegations of the fact that he hasn't paid the boy anything as at that time. Because from the wife and some of the friends, I even learned that Muhbad, even when the wife was pregnant, they were still living with Bella. And Bella was taking care of him, giving him money and everything as at that time, until eventually got little money and got his own place and, started doing good little by little for himself, So, I mean, why was this being done? Why was this being done? So that's just a question I think a lot of people wanted to know as at that time, and people were really angry with all the videos, and emotions were just, flying everywhere. So obviously, but right now, for me, I don't know. The dad has his issues with the wife and the wife's family, and that is very glaring now. But we have to be careful in how we get involved in their personal
one more very
family
important
issues so
question.
that it doesn't,
and this question has been raised on many, many platforms. Was Muhbad legally married to Wumi?
Okay, so according to them, they did the traditional wedding.
That's legally married.
Now, I don't know because sometimes traditional weddings are in two ways. We have the momimo. Momimo is more like introduction. And then we have the traditional wedding, which is the momimo, and then some people do it together. The momimo and introduction is done together. Some do it separately. So I know they had one when, but I don't know whether it was the traditional one they had or the momimo. Because even the dad told me when he was talking that when Batonshe Yawo, because Yoruba, if it's English now, they'll be able to separate it. But when you say Atishe Yawo, so the Yawo that they're talking about, I didn't bother finding out whether is it the momimo or the traditional wedding. But yes, something was done. And because he said, nígbà tó ń ṣe momimo, Mohbad ti gbé DJ, but bàtà máa fi gbé DJ débẹ̀, ìyàwó náà ti gba DJ. So, bolo ti ń rówó, there was a topic like that. So, I mean, from that, I found out from the dad that there was actually a wedding, but I don't know whether it's a what do we call Momimo in English? Introduction.
Introduction.
Momimo is introduction. Then engagement is the proper traditional wedding. So I don't know whether it was the Momimo they did or the, but I think it was the traditional wedding according to them. I think so. I'm not just sure. So I don't want to say what I'm not sure about.
What you are not
but
sure
I know
of,
I know something was done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Iyabo Ojo, my lovely sister, Queen Mother, what you have done today, you don't know. You have given all of us, as in we were looking, now this thing, now this cloth, now in the use to cover our eye, we no see, we just the grab every, but as you come, we don't come out the cloth, so we don't see clear. So now we have a level of clarity.
Introduction and engagement. Okay. Someone said they did introduction and engagement.
And engagement. So you guys have heard more. Let's continue encouraging the police to do a good job. The only thing we want is to carry us along. At least let's have a proper spokesperson, not their old-fashioned type of spokesperson. Proper spokesperson. We go on social media, can't do live. Where they go drill them, where they go tell us, just to carry the public along so that the public can feel that they are being served by these people. Remy, thank you so much. You heard with your